Ashleigh fired me as a customer. Oh my gosh, she fired me.
Welcome to VI Live, where the CEO dreams it and the COO makes it happen. Here are your hosts, Lori McColl and Ashleigh Laabs.
Ashleigh, it's so hot in the D.
Yes, it is.
It's so hot, but I'm not in Detroit. It's actually cooler in Miami, if you can believe it.
I can. Water effect. Yes.
Water.
Yes.
I know, I was watching this weird video that said corn saturation was the reason for our humidity in the Midwest, and I was like, that is the most ridiculous, that is wild. I mean, I grew up on a farm, but
Yeah.
I've never heard of the corn driving the heat, but here we are.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, yeah, I grew up in farm town as well, and yeah, I've not heard that. So
That's a new
it's the
one.
corn's fault. Corn's fault.
I know, it's the corn's fault. It's the corn's fault. All right, welcome. You're listening to VI Live, where the visionary dreams it and the integrator makes it happen. I am Lori McColl, CEO and visionary of WHIM Innovation.
And I'm Ashleigh, COO and integrator. And today we're digging into one of the most important decisions you'll ever make as a founder: choosing your visionary integrator duo and making it work.
Because I think it's fair to say having good chemistry isn't enough, or having friendship isn't enough. We've seen partnerships fall apart, not just because the people weren't smart or talented, but because they were never aligned on how they work, how they decide, and how they lead.
Absolutely. So to get us started today, we're going to talk about how we complement and not clone. And this is where I like to talk about the yin and the yang, which is the visionary integrator duo, and how this really comes together. So if you're familiar with that Chinese proverb and the symbol, it's really about counterweight and not duplication, and complement. So visionaries are built for big thinking, future focus, and most of the time speed. That's definitely a shout out for all of you high Colby quick starts out there who seem to find themselves in the visionary seats. Integrators are built to bring it all to earth with structure, clarity, and execution. And the best matches aren't duplicates. Like I said, they're counterweights.
I love that. And as someone who is the high quick start, meaning I like to start things fast and get them done fast, I can appreciate that sometimes you have a gas pedal and you have a brake. But what I will say, from the early days of WHIM, I really spent a lot of time studying the breakups of startup founders. The epic breakups of startup founders, because it sounds like, again, one of those really expensive, awful things you don't want to go through. So yes, when you have the right fit, it sometimes can get uncomfortable, but that's also where the best decisions happen if you let it. So here's takeaway number one. You don't need the same style. You need the same direction.
Yes, absolutely. And before you call it a match, you can utilize EOS, which if you've tuned in before, you're familiar with the operating system that we're running on. Run the EOS framework together. Can you make decisions together without spiraling? Can you push back without personal drama? Get those same page meetings going and see how they are working to really determine whether or not this is a fit.
And I will say for Ashleigh and I, we have an 8-year history that even goes back to a moment where Ashleigh fired me. And as you are laughing, Ashleigh fired me as a customer. Oh my gosh, she fired me. But I actually built a lot of trust and respect for that decision, because to be honest, when we were early on in WHIM, we were too early for some of the services and things on the marketing side that we were planning for. And to be honest, we were dragging our feet and as a result, not getting results. And we were the roadblock. So After working for each other in various different capacities, we really didn't bring this all together until we had a test project and an opportunity to fully commit on the rocks, which goes all the way out to our 10-year goals, to our 3-year goals, to our 1-year goals, as well as the model that we would use to work together to implement traction within the team. We didn't really fully commit until we had rocks, our level 10s down, our roles and responsibilities, our accountability chart. So if the system breaks you apart, it's better to know early. And thankfully it didn't once we came together. So you don't know if it works until you work through tension together. And some of that tension is what we worked through and tested, including Ashleigh firing me.
That was many, many years ago. We've had that established relationship, as you all may be understanding now. We go a little ways back.
Exactly. And we've also agreed if Ashleigh and I are ever at odds with each other, we just know we go out on the lake on a boat.
Yes.
That's all we do. We go out on the lake, on the boat, and we work it out on the water.
Yes, yes. We have our space, we have our plan. Yes, exactly. Boats, water, exactly. That's all we need.
Exactly.
So we come out with really good decision making. So
we do.
Going back to that and how it actually can lead to really good things, that is a critical piece. So speaking of communication, you really don't need the same personality, and you definitely don't even need a shared rhythm. Lori's got her schedule, I've got mine, but what you do need is, can you close the loops? Can you reset after a conflict? Can you tell each other the hard stuff? And can you have those hard conversations? And, boat and water or no boat and water, you've got to be able to have those.
I agree. And I think this is where trust is built. This is where alignment is built. And in the end, it's not all about vibes. It's not all about vibes. It's about consistency and alignment. So my takeaway around communication and cadence is that cadence matters more than charisma. I mean, we have a lot of fun when it's just Ash and I. Yes. But one of the things we do have during the workday is cadence and alignment.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. We've got a direction and we're looking at execution as well. So absolutely, for sure. So I now challenge you to ask yourself, are you building for the same kind of outcome, scale, exit, and impact, or are you chasing different futures? Because that right there in that question is going to tell you whether or not you also make a VI duo that is going to work, having a shared vision and values.
That is such a good question, Ash, because if you're chasing different futures, no matter what you do, you will be misaligned. If someone wants to scale forever, own the company until you retire and pass it on to your employees, or exit through a sale or acquisition, I mean, those are very different outcomes, very different. Yes. And I think when I was speaking earlier, what we really aligned on was that outcome. Start with the end and build from there. Yeah. And what I would say is you can't grow fast if you're consistently misaligned on those things. If you're misaligned on what success looks like, I mean, you're just constantly going to have confusion and chaos and friction, to be honest. It's probably more friction and frustration. So we aligned early on impact, speed, culture. So my takeaway for you on how you figure out if you're aligned on values and the vision, don't scale confusion. Share the same map before you hit the gas.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So here are a few things to ask yourself if you're evaluating a visionary or integrator partner. 5 questions. Can we disagree productively? Can we own our lanes without micromanaging? Can we operate at a similar pace? Do we close loops with urgency? And do we want the same future? Those are some powerful things, powerful questions to ask, and it's going to be very insightful as you're working through your VI duo.
I love it. It's like early founder dating. Here are the top 5 speed dating round questions. And just so you know, the right match just won't make your business more effective. It'll make your leadership sustainable. It'll make the company sustainable. It'll make your personal journey, whether it's more on the technical side, more on the people side, more on the leadership side, more on the growth or strategy side, it makes all of this more sustainable. Going back to those 5 questions, are you aligned on style, speed, and scale, or are you just stuck in survival? So with that, that is episode 7 of VI Live, outlining how you can ensure you've got the right framework and the right mindset for identifying your CEO, COO power couple, or your visionary integrator power couple. So with that, if you like what you heard, drop a comment. We would love to hear how you've worked through the process of either identifying the founder startup team you want to work with, or if you're a founder and have identified your operations integrator, walk us through and leave a comment on how how this resonates or how you've approached it. So again, if you like VI Live, subscribe. We're here every week, and we hope we add value in your founder journey. Bye.
Bye.